How's it going, everyone? Max here from Lux Fitness and Wellness Club, bringing you our December video series. Now, following suit with the past 2 months, we've gone through the shoulder and the hip. This month, we're going to be focusing on the ankle. So with our first week here, we're going to be focusing on ankle mobility. Now, one of the biggest ranges of motions that I see people lacking in when I bring them through assessment or different exercises is what's considered ankle dorsiflexion. Now, what that is its ability for us to lift our foot up and decrease the angle between our foot and our shin. The reason this is so important is that dorsiflexion allows our knee to travel safely over our foot and over our toe as we're performing exercise. This is really prevalent in any sort of split squat, lunge, or regular squat in general, because we're going to want that knee to travel over the toe to help keep our center of gravity over the middle of our foot. So if I have a client that I find lacks this ankle dorsiflexion, I'm going to bring them through what's called the combat stretch. And the way this looks is I'm going to get into a kneeling position. So I'm going to get down on the ground. I'm going to sit back here. I'm going to use my right foot as the one that I'm stretching. So I'm going to sit on the back on my left foot here. I'm going to take my knee, my hands, I'm going to drive that knee right over that right foot, making sure that my knee isn't caving in at all as I'm driving in. If anything, I'm keeping it nice and wide. I'm driving it over the second and third toe. And then what I'm going to do from here is when I start to feel a stretch in my calf, I'm going to take that and I'm going to lift my toes up, try to touch the top of my shoe. I'm going to hold that for about 5 seconds, then I'm going to come back down. I'll repeat that for about 6 or 7 times for a total of 2 to 3 sets. Things we're looking out for here is 1, like I mentioned, the knee sort of driving in on that inner angle. And 2, we don't want the heel to lift up off the ground. If I'm coming forward and I feel my heel lift up off, that means I'm not actually getting any more dorsiflexion. So we want to keep the heel on the ground, feel that light stretch in the back of the shin, and then we're just going to drive those toes up. Alright folks, there's my favorite ankle mobility drill, the combat stretch. Again, this helps us increase our dorsiflexion, which then correlates over to our ability to bring our knees over our toe when we lunge, squat, and do a lot of lower body exercises. As always, I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure to drop the video a like. Any questions, put them in the comments. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all at Lux Fitness and Wellness Club. And I look forward to seeing you next week as we go through some stability exercises for the ankle.